Okay guys, I've come across my first little problem on the little wood heater. It's the gasket on front. Here's the last video that I did with the gasket is on there, is glued on there. It's working, it's hard. And then I let it sit out. It sits out just outside the shop here temporarily, but it sits outside the shop here. And we had a little light rain the other day. And that's the only thing I can figure is that little light rain softened that glue up. And let me show it to you. See here, it's come completely off. This is outside the shop, and the only thing I can figure is water got on there and softened the glue. This was real hard the other day. It was on there and was solid, just like you seen on the video I just showed you. And it is all soft now, like no glue's ever been in it. It's never been on the door. See, that's still kind of flat right there. But see, I can push it back. And nothing sticky up here. Little residue there. I don't understand it, but I do have a plan. I do have a plan, and I'm going to go glueless. If strippers can go topless, maybe even bottomless, I can go glueless. And let me show you my plan. Okay, this is an old oven, and I was wondering, how do the ovens do it? Do they have a pinch bar or something that holds the gasket? And from what I found, this is old gas oven. Try and do this with two hands. It's not going to be easy. See, there's no glue back there. No attachment points. It's just stretched from one corner down to the other. It's just stretched. No holes up there. It's just stretched. It's not glued. But there's a hole right here. It's got a little metal piece in there. And it's just attached right there and stretched across. So I'm playing, and I've looked at two ovens, two separate makes of ovens, and they're both very similar with the same kind of gasket set up. Okay, here's my plan. I found this wire. This is steel wire. Coated with something, probably galvanized or something, I don't know, but it is steel wire because I checked it with a magnet. I'm going to run this wire through the middle of this gasket. This is the extra gasket. This is the one that was on the door. This is the one I'm going to use, but I'm going to rerun this wire through this gasket and make it stiff where I can go around this door here. And then once I do that, I'm going to take this this washer, lock washer. Yeah, that's what they call it, lock washer. Ain't much of a lock, but. And I'm going to cut it in two, like that. And then I'm going to weld at the top and the bottom a little place there. Anyhow, let me get a little further along in here and I'll show you what I did. Alright, I need to catch up before I go too far, too fast. I've got the wire ran in there. And I used some chalk to go around where the gasket was at originally. That I had it on here glued. As you can see under there. And then once I did that, I ran the wire in there, which is very tedious, but it's doable. And it makes it real stiff. And I kind of shaped it. I may have to do some more shaping. And but my plans now is, like I said, take that lock washer, take a small pair of cutters, and find center. Keep your fingers on it off to one side, but where it won't just jump out. There they are. Now, my plan is, and I may have to do this off camera too, is I'm going to weld these, two at the top, two at the bottom. I may have to make some more for the sides, I don't know. But I'm going to weld them right here. I don't know if that's showing on camera, but right there. Enough to where it's a little gap where I can run some more wire, some more of this wire here. And I don't know what size wire this is, but I'll find a picture of some wire and I'll show it up there. But then I can take a small piece of this wire, cut it with some cutters, and run it through this. It's going to be tack welded on there. Run it through here and around the fiberglass cord and tighten it up real tight and then clip it off. So let me get these on there. I'm gonna grind it. I'm gonna grind a little spot there where it'll weld real easy. Okay, I got my welds all cleaned up with the grinder, but also I welded these in a slant right there. See where I welded them in a slant? Kind of leaned them. And then I grind the top of the washer off just a little bit too, to give it a little more clearance when the door closes. And I've got them all wired in except these last two. And just figured, what the heck, do it on camera, right? And you got to kind of shape it as you go. That makes common sense. And I did put some on all four corners. I just cut a little piece of wire, about that length. Now just put it in front of the washer, next to the washer, then put it on top of the washer. You need clearance. And they're just kind of hammer it down and lay it to one side. It took a while to snake that through there, but as you can see, it will go. I don't have to be concerned about the glue or anymore. That's the only thing I can figure. It got wet. It got wet and it let loose. I'm finishing it off down here. I guess I'll do the same thing, just kind of twist it together. This is the first one I've ever done like this. But I tell you what, if I got to do another one, this is how I'm going to do it. Because they're not glued on the stoves, as you've seen from the picture, the video. Okay, I have got it hung back on there. I had to readjust the bolts here. I'm glad I did this adjustment idea because the gasket is bigger, it's different than it was earlier. So I had to readjust it anyhow, readjust it. And but I've got it on there, and pretty much there it is. It ain't going anywheres. Closes good. I've got to make an adjustment down here where this will pull in easier. but it will pull up once I get it pulled in there. But if, like I said, I need to make an adjustment here, and there's no gap in there, no leakage. Looks good. I'm happy with it. Maybe I can say this project is finished now. I don't know. Be ready to use this winter. We're just at the beginning of July here in Louisiana, so it's nowhere near time for a wood heater. But it is ready for when the weather does change. But yeah, the gap looks real good down through there. But I just got to make an adjustment right here where it closes easier. And I did use some vice grips of some kind. I didn't do this. I don't know where you buy these at. But I went around and crimped the door all the way around. Kind of squish it in place a little bit. I went all the way around and crimped it real good. And kind of squish that gasket down just a little bit, and then I was able to close this. And it's got it's airtight. Well, I don't know if it's airtight, but there ain't no leakage spots on it, and I don't have to worry about that glue anymore. Yeah, I just need to fix this where I can tighten it, do something there. Hey guys, there it is. I finally got it done. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be real happy with it this winter. And yeah, I finally got this done. I keep saying it. I can't hardly believe I finally got it done. It seemed like it took months, but it really didn't. But yeah, go watch the other videos. It's like 6 or 7 of them. They're pretty lengthy, but it goes from start to finish and walks you through the whole detail of taking something out of your backyard, if you've got a backyard like mine. It's got a lot of scrap iron and stuff in it that I collected and used for doing projects. But yeah, and then there's probably somewhere you can find all this scrap and build you one. Save you like $800, $500 to $800, you know, and get the ashtray on the bottom and everything, because you'll build it. Talk to you later. Bye.
Viewing the video, or giving us a like, or subscribing makes us want to bring on a little more entertainment. Don't you agree?